Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kansas City Royals franchise mode here on MLB The Show 23. I am DFG, and the Kansas City Royals are currently 12 and 16 after our first few episodes here, and 4 and 6 in our last 10 games. I think we're fairly out of the playoff hunt at this point, and we are 69 days away from the draft. But today, we are going to face the Oakland A's in our game, where we will have Jordan Lyles facing James Caprillion. Now, Oakland do have 3 games where they have 3 more wins than us so far this season. So, they're also not probably going for the playoffs either. Here are the lineups for both teams here today, and let's see what we can do against the Athletics. The Royals versus the Athletics in Kansas City. Jordan Lyles starts for Kansas City here today with a pretty good start to the season. A 3.13 ERA, 1.07 WHIP. So he's had a pretty good start to the season here, Lyles. And Cal Stevenson is going to start here today as the leadoff hitter for the A's here today. And that first ball is in there for a strike. Fourth in the AL Central, so I think we're pretty much out of the playoffs, so we'll probably, or the playoff run, so we'll probably make it a little bit quicker as we get Stevenson out there with throwing to first. Next up is Connor Capel, hitting .230 on the season, and he grounds to second base here as Massey gets it back to first base, and he's out. And Aledmus Diaz here. Lyles has got off to a very good start. 3 pitches and 2 outs already in this first inning. But Aledmus Diaz does take the first ball. And that one's right down the middle, and it goes past him with the fastball. So we're 1-1 now. I'm pretty impressed with the way Lyles has started this season. He's not really someone I would have thought it was going to have all that impressive season, though he hasn't made. We've only done what is it, 32 games this season, so he hasn't started many games. But that one there is he didn't go on it, so 2-2. Yeah, I'm happy with Lyles through this first half of the season, or the first quarter, I suppose you could call it, or whatever. But now the count is full. And he's going to walk him. Circle change was too low. Aledmus Diaz will take his base. And Seth Brown is up now. I like Seth Brown. I've used the A's a little bit on just exhibition games, and yeah, Seth Brown can really mash the baseball. He can get you some home runs. Takes 2 of the first 3 pitches there. Gets ahead in the count, but he grounds past Quintino, and that's going to end the first for the Oakland A's. And here comes James Caprillion, as he has gotten off to a pretty good start as well. 3.09 ERA. So he's got a better ERA than Lyles, but his whip isn't quite as good as a 1.37. 6 starts, 2-3 record. He's been pretty good so far this season, but we've also got some pretty good hitters in our lineup. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to lead off for us once again today, as he takes a slider over the middle. Oakland are currently in last in the AL West, which isn't surprising given how competitive that division is. But 15 and 17, they're doing better than us so far, as Witt takes another ball in the strike zone. He gets back to 1-2, and that's a bad strikeout for Bobby Witt Jr. to lead us off. Lopez is up next, and he's got off to a very good start so far. 3 15 average and 800 OPS and 6 RBIs. And if you could keep that average above 300, you'd be very, very happy, especially with him batting second. But let us see if he can keep it going as we go 1-1 on the count. I'm looking forward to looking at some of the prospects here in the Royals organization as Lopez hits it into right center field. And it gets over the center fielder, and Lopez is going to go all the way to third here. A very nice triple. Vinny Pasquantino also above 300 in his average here as he takes a ball low. 9-game hitting streak for Vinny Pasquantino. I've actually liked using him so far. He gets good contact on the baseball. I think he's been progressing well as well, so could be something we really have for the future. A really good first baseman who's going to get on base a lot with his good hitting skills. And I don't know how good he's been doing in terms of his on base percentage. He fouls off a sinker. But these are the kind of at bats we're going to have. Just battles with the pitcher and see if we can get late into at bats. But bad strikeout for Pasquantino there. Edward Olivares, 257 average. He misses the slider. I've actually had fun playing with Olivares. I think he hits the ball quite well for the most part. And he can get you home runs. He's been doing okay in terms of the average. That fastball up high flies past him for the second strike of the at bat. Caprillion has done well so far. 13 pitches. That one's inside. He gets a piece of it to keep the at bat alive. 62 clutch with Lopez at third. It's a good take on the outside. 15 pitches. Pitch number 16 is outside again in the slider. 2-2. Any kind of hit here really brings home Lopez. Well, there's 3-2. So any kind of hit that gets down and he isn't out at first brings home Lopez, and you kind of hope Olivares can come through here. And he walks him instead. So we've got another chance here. Franmil Reyes averaging 238. I don't think he has many home runs so far this season. I think we did homer with him early in the franchise. In the first episode, I think he got our first run on the board. Oh no, he got our first home run of the season, I believe. But he's up here with 2 down. Runners at the corners. Count is 1-1. That one's left over the plate, and it goes straight out in left field. And Franmil Reyes gets his 4th home run of the season. And Kansas City take the lead 3-0 here in the first inning. MJ Melendez, 6th up in the order, batting .214, 1 home run. Not really done well, Melendez. He's a youngster, plays catcher, also plays out in the outfield as well. So you would hope for him to improve here on the season. He takes another ball outside the zone. Only 13 strikes of his 23 pitches of 13 strikes of his 23 pitches so far. That one's called a ball as well. A little bit lucky on that one. Got the call on the outside there, Melendez. And he's going to walk him. Melendez takes his base. Michael Massey, 189 average, so not doing fantastically well. And he is going to ground to short. And that's the end of the first. Brent Rooker. I've been seeing he's been mashing the ball in real life, if I remember correctly. But in this one so far, he's not done so well. 148. And he hits that one, but it's probably not going to have enough legs as Nick Prato will catch that for the first out. Next up is Jordan Diaz, 155 average. He went 1 for 4 in the last game. It's ball 2. But we get back in the count. 2-2. And it's a pop out to Pasquantino. 2 up, 2 down. Ramon Laureano. 236. Pitched him high there. Fouled it off. 1-1. That one's going to fly to right field, and that will end the second. Nate Eaton is up next to face Caprillion, as he puts one straight down the middle for the first strike of the at-bat. That's the one thing I do think of our team so far. It's just our subs bench probably isn't performing to, the expectations that you would need them to. Eaton and Melendez, they're struggling at the moment, so it'd be nice if they could put in better performances. As Eaton gets a hit to left field, and he's not quite going to stretch this into a double, but that's a single. Good start for us. Nick Prato is probably one of our better hitters off the bench at the moment, hitting 280. And I like Prato. I think he's done pretty well. You can see there he's 7 for 19 in his last few games, so he's really picked up his batting over the last while as he fouls off another ball there. Pitch number 33 for James Caprillion. No one out yet. And that one's hit back up the middle. And now we're going to have runners in the corners with nobody out. And Bobby Witt Jr. is the man at the dish. It's fouled off. I like Bobby Witt Jr. I think he's proven to me that he deserves to be a leadoff man, but he gets a hold of that one, and there it goes! Home run for Bobby Witt Jr., his third of the season. And with 2 men on base, that is a 3-run home run. As we double our lead. Kansas City goes 6-zip up on the Oakland A's. I want to talk about a hit, 429 feet. Just over the fence, and that's going to be the end of the day for James Caprillion. They're going to pull him here in the second inning. Not a good start for Oakland. And here comes Dalton Jeffries. He's done 28 innings, 2.83 ERA. He looks like he's had a pretty good season as a reliever here for the Oakland A's. So let's see what he can do against us here as he takes on Nicky Lopez as his first batter. Lopez already got on base in this game, hitting a triple in the first inning. So For him to come back here again in the second shows we're having a good day at the plate. And that one is back up the middle. Probably not the greatest of contact, but just enough to get him on first. There's still no one out here. And now we're on Vinny Pasquantino. He said he does have a hitting streak going. That's a nice hit to left field. But it is caught. And Pasquantino is the first one down. Olivares walked in the first. He's going to be dangerous here to put this one out of here. And maybe give us an 8-zip lead. I very much like hitting with Olivares. I think he's one of my favorite players to hit with. Himself and Drew Waters are basically the two I like to hit with. I think he's very fun to use. But he's going to strike out looking. Here comes Franmil Reyes. Hit the home run in the first. We're back here again in the second. That's 2 seamers off the plate for our first ball. With that, those RBIs earlier, Reyes moves into third for on the team. That's another 2-seamer off the plate. 2-0 for Franmil Reyes. That one's left off, and that could have been smashed, but instead, it's going to be the end of the second. Kevin Smith is up for Oakland here. And Lyles has 25 pitches thrown here at the top of the third. So not too bad for Lyles. There's 3-1. And Smith hits it, but Reyes is out there in left, and he will take care of it. Kyle Stevenson. He will ground to short, and Waite will take care of that to end the third. Melendez against Dalton Jeffries, 2-2. That one's hit well, but it's caught out in right field. Good play. And Melendez is retired. Michael Massey, 1-2. And he fouls off the cutter. Massey needs to do better with his hitting. Hasn't had the greatest first few months. And he wants to keep his position in the starting lineup. He's going to have to do better. But I think good thing about this is that we're not really, we're not, as I said, we're not contenders, so it's not surprising for us to, we can send guys down and bring a young guy up to see how he can get on in the majors. There's no problem with that, as Massey is going to ground to short. Nate Eaton. 2 balls already in this at-bat. And he flies out to right field, and that'll end the third. Top of the fourth for Jordan Lyles as Connor Capel fouls one off. I like Connor Capel as well. As I said, I've used Oakland a little bit, so I know what these players are like, but he's going to tap it right back to the pitcher. First out. And there's Aledmus Diaz getting a hit down. He reached base earlier. And he's going to stretch that out to a double. 1-2, and he strikes him out. Nick Prato up for the Royals. And that's a nice hit ball. Out to right, and they can't get it. And Prado is going to rush to third as the Kansas City Royals get their second triple of the day. Bobby Witt Jr. had that home run earlier. Only hit he's got today. But that one is going to go down the left field line, and he's going to bat in another run here with an RBI single. Nicky Lopez is 100% so far today. 2 for 2, including a triple. So, Nicky's having a good day for himself. Of course, Dalton Jeffries came in the second after James Caprillion left up 2 home runs and 6 runs in the first 2 innings. And Nicky Lopez is going to have a 3-hit day here as he gets another single. Vinny Pasquantino needs to get a hit to keep up his hitting streak, but instead he grounds into a double play. And Edward Olivares is up with Witt in scoring position, but he's going to ground to first, and that'll end the fourth. Jordan Diaz up again. Lyles is now getting up there on pitches, and this one's going to get down right in front of the left fielder, Franmil Reyes. And down goes Manny Pena, and we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Reyes is up again, and that one should have been crushed. Had his home run earlier. And he hits a ball hard to left center field, and it's going to go. And Franmil Reyes makes it a 2-home run day here against the Oakland A's. And he's going to make it 8-0 for the Royals. Nice hit there from Reyes. 427 feet, an exit velocity of 105.7 miles per hour. He smashed that baseball. Eaton, inside out hit, might drop in. No, he's out. End of the 5th. And now Lyles comes into the 6th and see if he can get his quality start as Cal Stevenson hits a nice double into the left center field. And Stevenson gets a double. And Diaz is going to get one down the left field line. And that's going to score Stevenson from second. And that's an RBI double for Aledmys Diaz. He's definitely been the biggest threat for the A's today. Rooker grounds to short. And Witt makes the play. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. 3 for 3 for Lopez. And his 100% record's going to end on that. It's the end of the 6th. And now we make a pitching change. Dylan Coleman's going to come in here. 4.5 ERA. So not a fantastic season so far. And righties and lefties are having some good success. But let's see what he can do. Two balls. And that one's off the plate as well. But they count it as a strike. And then he pops up to the catcher. 1 down. Mariano, another ball. Coleman's not throwing incredible pitches as he gets another ball. That's what? 4 balls, 1 strike. There's another ball. Not doing well here, Coleman, and he's going to walk him on 4 pitches. And Kevin Smith is going to fly out to center. Now there's 2 down. Manny Pena. Coleman has not really been delivering competitive pitches throughout his day here today. That one's a strike, but he went 3-0 on this guy as well, on Manny Pena, so he does get back to 3-2, and the count is full now. It's fouled off, and that one's also fouled off. But what I was going to say there is that he hasn't given up any runs yet. Another foul ball from Pena. Another one. What's that? 4 foul balls now? But he gets the strike there, and that's going to strike him out. And Josh Taylor's going to come in next. Not had many innings, but 0.00 ERA. Cal Stevenson. Taylor needs more innings to really show us what he can do. I do like. I do want to see more of him. I suppose only 2 innings isn't gonna give you, much. But as a left-handed reliever, I think he's got a place in this team. I don't think he's going to obviously have a 0 ERA for the whole season, as he gets a strikeout there to start the inning. Connor Capel's 0 for 3 today. And Josh Taylor, he's been a lot better than Coleman in where he's putting the ball, and he's going to get his second out here and a fly out to right field. Aledmys Diaz, 2 for 2 today. Definitely been the most dangerous player for the A's today. Got their first hit, and also got on base in his other at bat. So I would say he's on base percentage for today is 1,000. There's Josh Taylor. He's now 1-2, and the curve ball is low, but he fouls it off. He's done well with throwing the breaking ball today, Taylor. I've liked where he's putting it, and that slider's there, and it's going to strike him out. Bringing in Scott Barlow. Not a save situation here, but a 1.74 ERA and 9 saves in 9 opportunities. Barlow is really the guy I want to come out here just to end this game. And he's going to face Seth Brown first, as he puts four-seamer right down the middle. Disappointed that Oakland got that 1 run, but, gonna happen. Especially with Aledmys Diaz, the way he had been playing, it was just a matter of, if anyone could get on base before him, he was gonna get them home, and eventually Cal Stevenson did. Seth Brown lines out to Michael Massey. Brent Rooker is next. That's his first strike. No, they don't call that one. It's a ball. 0-3 today, and he's going to be 0-4 as he skies that one to right field, and Prater's going to take care of it. And Jordan Diaz will be the last batter for Scott Barlow to face today, as he's going to finish off this game here. There is, unless they get a 2-out rally here, looks like Kansas City are going to get a win. What? He's fouled off a few balls here. And Barlow only needs 1 more strike, but it's another foul. Jordan Diaz has got on base today with hitting 1 for 3. And that one's going to go out to Prado again, and he's going to take care of it, and the Royals are going to beat the Oakland A's 8-1 on a good performance here today. Franmil Reyes, 2 home runs. Bobby Witt Jr. also a home run. And Scott Barlow finished it off. James Caprillion gets his 2nd win of the season. And we only leave up 4 hits throughout those 9 innings. We lead the series 1-0. As I said, Aledmys Diaz really the only one that gave us real problems for us. Nicky Lopez had a good game as well. So, that's pretty good. But we are going into scouting here in the next day. So I want to get to that and show you some players that I've been looking at for the team. Here's some of the guys that I have been scouting. The first guy I want to take a look at is the guy that you pretty much just saw. Carlos Pena. He's number 1 on our board. But from his stats, I don't know if I would take him top 5. I mean, he's very well rounded. And he's got powers against lefties. And he's got some good speed. He can steal. But the thing is, he's good at everything. That's kind of where he's at. So if you want an all-round player, Carlos Pena is definitely the way to go. But I feel he will be gone by the time that we pick. Next up is a relief pitcher that's caught my eye. Now, we haven't scouted them much, but Juan Sandoval from Puerto Rico looks to be someone I can really get behind. I don't necessarily think that his overall range here is correct. I really doubt he's up on the 80s. But that potential could be somewhere good. And I think that he's got pretty much everything that you want in a pitcher. The only thing he might have a little bit of problems with is his walks, but we'll have to scout him a little bit more to see what he is. In terms of the pitches he throws a 4-seamer, a curveball, sinker, and cutter. His curveball seems to be his best pitch. An intriguing prospect as I am looking at relief pitchers, especially after the first round. And Raul Vega is another guy I'm looking at. He's a little bit more well scouted, and I do think he has a very good, well-rounded skill set, especially for someone who would be later in the round, a later pick that you would get. He's definitely someone who's going to strike out a lot of guys, so he's definitely an option as well in the 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th rounds if he's still there. 4-seamer, circle change, 12-6, and a slider. A lot of his pitches look to be particularly incredible. I haven't really looked at starting pitchers because I do think we have a lot of those we have a lot of talent in the organization. There's a few guys that are going to come up in a few years, though I do want to get someone in the later rounds, and Neville Nunez is one of the guys that I like the most. He's not going to give you much strikeouts upside, but I think everything else is going to be at a very good level. He's not going to walk anyone. He's going to keep the ball in the park, and he's not going to get many hits either. I think his biggest problem is his pitch control. But with that velocity, I'm sure he could probably get some strikeouts as well. Again, looking at his pitches, none of them look to be just crazy, but I do think he can do a lot with what he has. I think that as a later round pitcher, in those middle rounds, I think he would be a good pickup. One of my favorite prospects is Luis Barrero, and he's 38 in our draft rank. Now, he is an MLB rank of number 9. But I don't want to pick him in the 1st round. I am struggling to find a 1st round talent that I would take. But Barrero is a talent that I think is very good. I think he's basically Carlos Pena, but with more talent. He's got the defense, he's got the offense, he's got power, he's got contact, he's got vision, he's got discipline. He's definitely one of my favorite talents in this draft class. I think if I was going to take him, it would be in the 2nd round. But we've also got other relief pitchers, and I do think we do need to get some relief pitching in the organization. As I said before, Marland Lind is another option for us as well. Definitely someone who's not going to walk many players. And finally, Ned Ellison is the one utility player I found. I do like utility players, and he's very much a very defensive player. He doesn't really show much on the offensive side of the of the game, but defensively he could be one of the best pickups in the draft. I am going to get more information on Juan Sandoval this week, so maybe we can look at him more again. But we are going to go through all of the prospects at a later stage when we're closer to the draft, and we're going to go through some of the players that we have within our organization as well that I would like to look at. So we'll do that soon as well, but that will finalize our scouting plan for this week. Okay, so we have another week of baseball as Scott Barlow is trying to close out the Brewers, and he achieves it. He's had a very good season, Scott Barlow. And we're back to the scouting. So here's what I'm going to do this week. Pedro Julio is going to be a guy I want to take a look at because I do believe he could be someone that we pick with our first round pick. We pick 8th. So he's someone we might look at maybe taking in the first round. So I want to get as much information on him as well. But Carlos Pena seems to be the only guy that may be worth it. And next week we've got Daniel Lynch possibly getting a shutout here. And I'm going to play this one. 8 innings pitched on 79 pitches for Daniel Lynch. And he's going to face Fernando Tatis Jr. here. He hasn't got much run support, but all you need is 1 when you pitch a shutout, and he got 2. So let's see if he can get this shutout and get a win against the Padres here as he gets a strike in there. He's actually been one of our very good early performers, Daniel Lynch. He started off very, very good, and he's kind of calmed down a little bit, dropped a little bit back down to earth again. But he's got a complete game shutout going here at the moment as Tatis grounds to short. 2 more batters to go. Matt Carpenter is up. He's had 2 for 3 today, so he's not hitting he's not going for a no-hitter today. It's just a complete game shutout, which is still a fantastic achievement. As he's blows the fastball past him here in the 9th inning. Well done, Daniel Lynch. I think even if he leaves up a run in this 9th inning, you gotta be happy with the way he had pitched today. And he leaves that one over the middle, and it reaches the right center field gap, and Carpenter is going to get into second on a double. He makes it 3 for 4 on the day. Yeah, he just leaves it up. And he puts it into right center field. But Carpenter's had a good day today, so it's not surprising that he gets another hit here. And Jake Cronenworth is up, but we need to warm someone up just in case things go badly. I'm gonna warm up Scott Barlow. Make sure someone is here for the save if it comes down to that, as that one's low. Scott Barlow's having a very good season. Don't know how many saves he has at this point, but got quite a few. But Cronenworth is out with making the play once again. 1 more pitch. Or 1 more out, should I say. 1 more pitch is not... Although, a 1 pitch grounder, that would do. It's not going to be, though. 4-seamer inside. Now, he did start to get tired, so let's see if he can get through this last batter and end his day. 1 for 1 now. And that's 2 for 1. Nola has already got a hit today. But this one is going to ground to short. And that will end it. Daniel Lynch is going to pitch a complete game shutout. Well done to him. When you get through 8 innings on 79 pitches, you're going to do well. But that's his 4th win of the season. We actually got less hits than them, but we will still get the win. That one's a nice one for Daniel Lynch. And Pedro Julio could very much be the man who we take in the first round. Oops, miskick there. But he looks to be very good offensively. The defense isn't quite as good as, let's say, someone like Luis Barrero, but he'd definitely be a good pick for our first round pick if he falls to us. Now, I don't necessarily think that he will, but I do think that could be a good option. And we've got another critical hit situation, but we do get the win against the Nationals as we have a 2-4 week. But we are going to finish off the month of May here as we edge closer and closer to the draft. We are now 21-35 after that month, so we are dropping even further away from the Guardians and the Twins, who are leading in the AL Central. In terms of our statistics, Vinny Pasquantino is leading the team in average. He's been really good, hitting .345 and gaining some really good development as well. So Vinny Pasquantino is having a good season. Franmil Reyes leads us in home runs. He only had 3, only a few at the start of the episode. He didn't have many, and now he has 9. 2 of those were hit by me, but he's doing well. And Edward Olivares has 7 as well, getting off to a good start to the season. Reyes, Witt, and Pasquantino all in the 20s for RBIs at the moment, so they're doing well, batting in runners when there are players in scoring position. And Vinny Pasquantino leads our team in WAR with 1.2, and Michael Massey is our worst player with minus 0.6. In terms of our pitchers, Aroldis Chapman leads the team in ERA with 0.54. But we've got a lot of players here, starters doing well. Jordan Lyles, Brady Singer, Zach Greinke, Daniel Lynch, they're all in and around. They're all under or thereabouts in that magical 4 ERA. But Chris Bubich, Brad Keller, and Josh Thomont are really players that are not doing well. In terms of whip, Scott Barlow is doing the best, but Jordan Lyles is having a very good season for himself with a 1.09 whip on 65 innings pitched. So that's really well done by Lyles. Keller has left up the most home runs, and he is one of our starting pitchers, and I think he might have to be dropped down to AAA. He's also regressing. We also saw that Lyles has left up 13 home runs, so despite the fact that he's had a good season, he's not done particularly terrible, as you saw the wars for our pitchers there at the end. However, that's all we have time for. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps out the channel and the series. And I'm looking forward to playing more MLB The Show for you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.